Still hear me? Can you still hear me? Because this thing says tap for sound.
Hey everybody, it's your girl
Hello.
Angie, and
Happy Sunday to your girl Beans.
yes, we are here for our new show, the Cheeks. No, it's called Beans and Cheeks Kitchen Table Talk. It's really called Kitchen Table Talk. That's easier. That's less. That's less of a mouthful right there. But
Right,
welcome. We are
right.
so happy to have you with us. So, how was your week so far?
It was real good. I actually had to resign from my current job because they weren't paying me grown woman wages. And I found this opportunity. So on Monday, I go back to work and it's going to be super awkward because I emailed my supervisor on Friday. I've been dreading all weekend going to work. But at the end of the day, you have to understand your worth and don't take what's given to you because we're all worth more than what they're willing to give. So, like, I feel bad because I wasn't at the job long, but child, I'm making close to $20,000 more with this next gig. So, like,
And
I'm
and nobody
sorry.
can be mad at you for that. You have
I'm
to do what you have to
sorry.
do for you. Yes.
I got kids to raise. Like,
Well,
I got children
congratulations.
to feed. Thank you so much.
Congratulations
How
for
was your
that.
week? How was your week?
My week was good. It was soft close. Most people know that I'm an accountant, so we were in the middle of month end close. It was an okay close. People know I was in a reconciling nightmare for most of the week, but once Friday hit, I was partying. It was
You were chilling.
I'm not thinking about work anymore until tomorrow. So
I know that's right.
that's it.
Until we have to.
Well, we've been talking about this show for a while, and we finally are here, and we're really excited to bring you all this new content, this new show. This show is going to bring you the hot topics, the current events, and a little bit of reality show tea in a fun way. And we're going to start every week off with, hey, well, first, let's shout out to Eric and Davion in the chat. How are you all doing?
Hi guys, thank you for stopping in. Let's talk
Yes.
shit. Let's talk shit.
And before we get started, we need to know, where's your drink?
Ooh, what y'all
What are you
drinking?
drinking today? Put it in the chat if you have a drink. If you don't
What
have a
y'all
drink,
drinking?
please feel free. This is the Sunday before we go back to work.
Child,
Relax, let your hair down, grab a
last evening
cocktail.
to chill.
Beans, what do you have tonight?
Girl, let me tell you, my friend came over yesterday and we demolished a bottle of Hennessy. So I had to take it light. So my light is Prestige. It's a Haitian beer. It is like the most refreshing beer that you would ever have. But yeah, this
I
is what I'm
have
drinking.
not
I'm
had
keeping it
it.
light because
Is it
upset.
tropical notes on the front of that? I have never had that. I've never even heard of
Yeah.
that.
It's the country of Haiti. This is like the shape of the country of Haiti. Prestige. It's made in Haiti. It's originally from Haiti, but the Dutch acquired it. So it's a Haitian beer, but it's produced in Dutch or Holland. So yeah,
Okay, well that
it's a
sounds
little
good.
light because yesterday I went heavy. I went too heavy,
Okay,
girl.
so you relaxing before the work week. I'm actually
Mm.
turning it up a little bit before tomorrow. I haven't even sipped it yet because I wanted to have a fresh sip.
Ooh.
This is peach vodka mixed with peach juice. I feel a little
Ooh.
bit like Portia. Remember she was peach juice?
Peach juice. Rotten
Yes,
juice, but peach juice.
right. I feel a
Sorry,
little bit
Portia
of
fans. I don't like her like that.
I'm indifferent. I care less. But yes, that's good.
Ooh, it
So
tastes
I'm ready
fruity,
to.
right? That seems like fruity
Yes,
goodness in your cup.
it's
Hmm.
very fruity. It's very good. I think I made it a little bit too strong, so I might need to slow my way into that cup. But
Strong is okay. Strong is
it's
okay.
okay. Let's start the show off with our first segment that we are going to title. Oh wait, Lord, forgive the fingernails. The nails are long.
Listen, we're figuring this out, people. We're figuring it out.
Say what now? Say what now? That is going to be the title of our hot topic segment. Let's jump right into it. Let's get the
Girl.
easiest read out the way, and that's Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian this week found it. Lord have mercy. She found a way to say that women, we need to stop blaming ourselves or blaming other women when our men cheat. It's really hurtful when you blame the woman. So a lot of people have been asking Khloe, but didn't you blame Jordan Woods? And if your man cheats on you about 12 times in a row and produce another baby, whose fault is it if it's not yours? What do you think, Beans? Should we stop blaming women? Or is
Listen,
it just
listen.
a good
Right
message but the wrong
message,
messenger?
right message, 100%. Because when infidelity happens, we shoot, we go straight to the woman. We absolve the man of any wrongdoing, and it's always the woman's fault. So yes, Chloe, yeah, yeah, I get it, but you're the last person to be coming at us with this bullshit. Are you kidding me? And they were pulling out, they dragged her like they were pulling out receipts. Jordan Woods, that's the only receipt that you need. Jordan, what you see how she did that, girl?
Mm-hmm.
They tried to cyber bully this girl because Tristan shot his shot with her. Like, look, Khloe, yeah, girl, go find something to do with your time. That was not the message for you to bring to the people. Don't do this on Beyonce's internet. Shit, don't even do this on Rihanna's internet, all right?
Don't do it at all.
Girls are
That was
so
definitely
like,
the wrong message. But I just want to know, who do we blame when you're okay? Your man cheat on you one time, you forgive him. Okay, that's his fault. He cheats on you twice, you forgive him. Okay, that might still be his fault. You're a really forgiving person. But at least we know of at least 5 to 6 times. Whose fault does it become when it turns into a serial situation?
right, right. As quiet as it's kept, I heard rumors they might still be together. So if you don't
They
have,
are. He's still hanging out
yeah,
with the family and everything
right,
else.
still going to birthday parties and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, sis, if you don't have enough self love to say, I'm worth more than this, I am better than this, it's your fault. It's not Jordan Wood's fault. It's not his 50 to 11, baby mother's fault. It's your fault. Girl, right message, you need to shut up. It
And
doesn't
and
need to
let's
come from you.
remind Khloe that he was with another pregnant woman when she was with him. So
Her.
let's remind her that her milk isn't clean either. Okay, let's
Except for Courtney, like all of them have the same MO, going after other people's men's. Girl, bye, bye. You're to blame. Chloe.
you're to blame and just shut up. If you're gonna be with a man who's a serial cheater, just shut up and let that man cheat in peace.
That's my problem with the family. Just shut the hell up. This is a good segue to the next to
To the
the
next
next hot
sister.
topic.
Many of you all know I haven't figured out how to play the videos on the StreamYard yet. So I'm gonna play what Kim
Okay, you're working through
Kardashian
it.
said this past week. And let's get into Kim. Hold on, let me hit pause. Unmute. This is in reference to us women who want to be moguls like Kim. This is what we need to do
Entrepreneurs, we trying to get our
if we
money
want to be like her.
too.
Yeah, this is what the women need to do.
So true. You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. Have a good work environment where everyone loves what they do because you have one life. No toxic work environments, and show up and do the work. If you're the smartest person in that room, you gotta go to another
We shut
room.
it up when Khloe starts talking. we turn it off
Sis,
when
we already
Khloe
told you to
starts
shut the
talking.
F up. Sis, we already
Right.
told you to shut the F up.
Because Khloe's not the smartest person
Expeditiously,
anywhere.
bitch.
Right. She always the dumbest one in the
Expeditiously.
room. So Kim told everybody to get the fuck up and work. Like, you ain't got nothing because you're not working hard enough. This coming from a woman who had a platinum spoon in her mouth when she was born. She got dragged as well this week on the internet.
For me, I want to know who the fuck she was talking to. Because, bitch, you are not talking to me. I was at work yesterday, bitch. Bitch, I've been working since I was 16 years old. Shout out to McDonald's, Brooklyn, on the boardwalk. Brooklyn, stand up. I'm a single mom of 2 boys with a house to pay, our car note to pay, and I got to send my son to college in 2 years. Bitch, I have no choice but to get my ass up and work. So for her to come at us like we're doing something wrong when you were essentially born into privilege, how fucking dare you? How dare you? And how hard you, quiet as it kept, even that sex tape wasn't hard work for Kim Kardashian. Bitch was looking like a
That
wet
was the
seal. Like,
laziest, right? The laziest sex tape I've ever seen.
AJ was trying to give her the best that he had, and she, you took a lazy ass sex tape, and your mama parlayed it into $1 billion empire. You're not only rich, your kids are rich, your sisters are rich. You got generational wealth for the next 30 or 40 generations to come. For your laziness, privilege, and luck. But you have the nerve to look down on. Most of us are hardworking. Do you work hard?
I work too hard.
I work hard. Most of us work hard. But the fact is, we do not have access to the resources that Kim Kardashian has. So when she puts up this video, I don't know if she was putting up this video calling herself for women's.
It was an interview for Vanity Fair magazine. I believe she was asked the question of how women can be more successful in business, and her response was, "Get the fuck up and start working." Yes.
Who are your people? Because if I did that interview, I was in charge of the publicity for the Kardashians, that part I would have cut out. We saw how you got famous, Kim. Got famous. And years ago, when she was working with the Norwoods or whatever she was doing with them, she stole like $120,000 for these people. Were you working hard then, bitch? Were you working hard?
She was scamming hard. She was scamming hard.
Yes. Audacity for me. And that's why I don't like the Kardashians. I don't fuck with the Kardashians. I will never put the Kardashians at the same level of a Beyonce or a Rihanna. Rihanna came from nothing. Look at Rihanna now. Beyonce didn't come from nothing, but Beyonce grind. It was a grind. What talent does Kim have? What hard work does she do?
Would. They have no talent, but their talent is
the plastic surgeon.
No, the talent is the plastic surgeon who took their white bodies and transformed them into Black bodies.
And bitch, you didn't even work for your body. You didn't even work for your body,
right?
Bitch.
Right, she didn't do that man squat, man. But you know, I agree with H.
And I know they made a pact with the devil to sell Black men's souls. The wrong messenger. Thank you. Like, girl, who
they're
are
definitely
you talking
the wrong
to?
Messenger, right? But really, that's not a message that really needs. Majority of people work hard, and like you said, and I said it earlier this week, it's the access to the capital. If you already have $1 million or $10 million, it's very easy to parlay that into 100. It's getting to the million first. You got to get to that million first before you can invest.
Right.
And I think a lot of people who are at that 1% level, they don't understand. We can't take $100 and parlay that into what you have. Most people are very hard workers. It's just the wrong message from a person who's entitled and isn't.
But sis, like, she doesn't understand she obviously doesn't understand her entitlement for her to get up and say something so condescending. It is I don't get it. Soledad
well, she's
O'Brien
out of touch because
tweeted,
she was born rich. You know, a person like Rihanna may understand. She understands how hard it is to work. Like, just like their sister, the youngest one, says she's self-made. Girl, you're not self-made. You made yourself off of the back of your sister, and you copied her face and her body. What do you mean you're self-made? They don't understand because to rich people, flaunting around being a socialite is hard work.
Oh, geez. I need that kind of hard work in my life. Kimmy, I'm going to give you the same message that I gave your sister. Shut the fuck up, girl. Just worry about being pretty. Just worry about taping yourself up and going to fashion shows. I don't need any work ethic advice from a damn Kim Kardashian.
They can actually sit down. Just sit down and be quiet. You have enough money. You made your wealth. Go sit down and be quiet and enjoy your family.
Girl, enjoy Pete Davidson, honey, because you see how he's going back and forth with Kanye on these internets. But this stuff, we don't need it, Kim. Nobody asked you.
I'm going to leave Pete Davidson alone real quick, but Anybody that want to go back and forth with Kanye the way he is, that I saw, if those tweets are true, you done found yourself another crazy. You might want to leave Pete alone as well. Anybody that want to go back and forth with Kanye,
Lord have mercy.
I would rethink
Kanye
that.
said, "Where you at now? Where you at now? I'm fucking your wife." I said, "Oh, I said, oh."
I would leave Pete alone. He seems equally as crazy. So
leave him alone, and you better leave DL Hughley alone. DL Hughley writes jokes for a living. Like DL has been ribbing the fuck out of Kanye all day.
Hilarious.
Woo.
But let's get off of that family, and hopefully they'll be quiet next week, so we don't even have to revisit them.
Shut up. We don't need to hear it. We don't want.
Let's get into another crying celebrity, Jussie Smollett. He has been in jail. Well, you know, he went straight to jail. He didn't even get to get his affairs in order. You know, that's what Hollywood like to say. Let me get my affairs in order. No, you going straight to Cook County Jail. 150 days. 30 months felony probation. And it's not in this article, and he still has to pay all the fines. He didn't get off the hook for any of the fines either.
Wow.
Over $148,000. Jussie was all in the. He should have a little bit of empire money left.
All right, maybe a little something. All right.
Maybe a little bit of underground check, you know, a little bit.
An underground check. Not an underground check, girl.
He was on there a little bit. But Jussie is crying, shouting in the courtroom, if something happened to me, it's y'all fault. I don't want to hurt myself. I ain't trying to hurt myself. If something happened to me, it's your fault.
Suicidal. I'm not.
Yes. So,
yes, sir.
No, I ain't want to go there. I want to go here first. So now Jussie is in the psych ward, they say. What? His brother is reporting. Yes, he's in the psych ward of the jail. I think that's a ploy. I think ain't no wrong with Jussie. I
agree with you on that. Mm-hmm.
But Jussie also released a statement. I got jail time because I was Black, and I want to know where has he been.
We're not gonna do that. Mm-mm.
Where has he been? I told him from the beginning, if you're Black, don't play with the police, because you're going to get the ultimate example made out of you. I personally think the time that Jussie got was a little bit harsh because he didn't do anything to anybody but himself. He wasted a little bit of police time, but it's white women wasting police time every day, blaming Black men of raping them. But we're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave that alone. But I tell my son all the time, don't play with the police. They love to make an example out of Black people. Did he not know what color he was when he made this stunt?
Listen, if I were to leave my home right now, drive to a protest in Wisconsin, and kill a couple of white people, they're locking me down under the motherfucking jail. Rittenhouse was acquitted. We as Black people, we do not have the liberty, like you said, of fucking around with the police. We just don't have the liberty of doing that. So I'm like, all right, Jussie, was it a little bit harsh? I agree. It was a dumbass joke. It was a little bit harsh. At the same time, Jussie, it was dumb and unnecessary. And I don't think he's going to do the full, 150 days? He's not going to do 150 days. Listen, eat it and keep it moving. That shit was unnecessary. I'm still trying to understand, what was the point of all that? Was it publicity? Like, I don't understand the rationale behind that.
We don't know the rationale because he's still denying that he even did it. He's still saying, I did not do this. It wasn't me.
Your friends gave you up. Your peoples gave you up, Jussie. Stop it.
When we go to the Urban Dictionary and we look at the phrase deny, put his picture right there. Because I ain't never seen anybody hold on to a lie for that long. When we have visuals, that you set this up. We can see the camera tape from the streets.
Sir, less acting and just try to figure out how you're going to get this 4 or 5 months done. Just please stop playing with us. And he's not going to do all the time, right? People ain't got time for that. He's not going to do all that. I agree
with you, H. Fisher. He was guilty in the jail time. I think the point me and Beans are trying to make is, yes, when it's Black people,
that's a good
we
point.
can be guilty but we still get the extreme sentence. Like she said, Rittenhouse was guilty. We didn't, the people are dead, but he's at
Cold-blooded
home
murder.
chilling.
Cold-blooded murder. Cold-blooded murder.
Okay, we can't compare him to Rittenhouse, but the point that we're trying to make, and it's a fact, is the fact, you can go pull the statistics, is that Black people, when they're guilty, their sentences are much harsher than what they should be. Jussie didn't do anything to anybody but himself.
Nobody died.
And he wasted the police's time. People waste the police time every day. So
the criminal justice
no
system is not a system.
but
the criminal justice system is a system that is set up specifically to oppress people of color. Mm-hmm. So we can't mess around and think that, you know, we can do some dumb shit and we're gonna get the Kyle Rittenhouse treatment. And that's the point that I was trying to make. This man murdered and took lives, and he still got to go home, you know, to his family, because this is a system that's made for people like him. It benefits people like him.
I agree, and we're gonna get off of that because
Jussie, do your time and just shut up. Moving on. Right, do your time.
Move on.
Do your time.
If he would have been apologized and paid his little fine, we would have forgot, because honestly,
Child,
I forgot that Chicago was still messing with him
yeah,
until he got sentenced.
Wait, I was like, wait,
I'm like,
he's in trial?
Still talking about Jussie?
I thought we were over this.
Right. Okay. Child. Now, do we have anything else we wanted? Oh, we got so excited about the show and wanted to get so into the hot topics so quickly. Like, we really wanted to get into it. We forgot to give our condolences to the Braxton family. Many of you, if you're anywhere on social media, know that I think Tracy was the second. She's after Tony. Tracy Braxton passed away at the age of 50. She lost her battle. She had esophageal cancer. I believe that's somewhere in the throat. That's a really hard cancer. And I just pray for the Braxton family, and I pray for her immediate family. I don't know her married name, but her husband, her son, and her grandson, daughter-in-law, I pray for all of them. That was really hard news to see the other day on social media.
I cried, Cheeks. I cried. Like, my friend said, check your phone. And he texted me the post where Tracy passed away. And I just started sobbing. I'm like, I don't know her, but she felt like a sister. They all feel like sisters. Like Tracy, Tony, Trina, they all felt like sisters. So if I'm in this much pain, you can only imagine the grief.
I agree.
That her family has to deal with. It's
hard. Cancer sucks. I
hate cancer.
I hate cancer, and I don't really want to get too far into that. I hate cancer.
And my mom passed away from cancer. Like, I hate it. Like,
I had 2 family members this year pass away from cancer, and it's just so hard. And I just pray for the family, because it's nothing you can do, and you're at peace that they're at peace, because it's a very painful disease to have to endure.
Yeah.
It's still hard. Death is still hard news. So we wanted to give our condolences. We intended to do that at the beginning of the show.
At the beginning, we just jumped in.
Yeah.
But Tracy, my God.
We all love Tracy. I think she was a fan favorite, and we all love to support Tracy.
Tracy used to be snapping.
I don't have a. Do I have a picture of this? I think so. I don't think I have a picture of this article, but let's jump in. I just want to know your opinion really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Hudson. You know, this past week, The Real was canceled. Nick Cannon's show was canceled, and they were never on my DVR no way, so I didn't care.
I don't know who was watching The Real after Tamar even left, but that's a side note.
Well, me and you are always like this. We are.
I was not
like
watching
this.
for Samara Mari. Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
But Jennifer Hudson is on the list of upcoming celebrities to get a daytime talk show over there on the Fox network. What do you think about Jennifer Hudson?
I'm not sure who asked for this. I'm not sure. Jennifer, she's an amazing, don't get me wrong, she is an amazing artist. Probably one of the best voices, you know. I respect her artistry. But as far as having a talk show, I'm not sure if she has enough likability to grow an audience. And the only reason why I say this is because of what went down with her and her ex-fiance, how she was cheating on him with the producer Molly Magic or Molly whatever. I wouldn't watch simply because I don't like her like that. And again, she's an amazing artist, but the way she did that, man, was like just so low down. Like I don't think she has enough of a likability factor for this show to be successful. What do you think? I don't even know who to ask this.
I actually forgot all about her cheating scandal with her ex-fiance. I dislike Jennifer Hudson for a totally, completely different reason. I think she's an amazing actress. I think she is a good vocalist when she's not hollering in my ear.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Jennifer Hudson to me is an old school glamour celebrity, the type of celebrity who puts a movie out and then you really don't know anything about her life, her opinions on things. We just enjoy Jennifer when we see her. To have to look at Jennifer and hear her opinion daily on a daily talk show, I'm with you. Like, who asked for this? I don't know if Jennifer is funny. I don't know if she's shady. I don't know if she has that connection to people. She just is someone I like to appear in a movie and J-Lo, or not J-Lo, but Jennifer Hudson, you did that. Okay. And then she goes away and enjoys her life.
But she hasn't given us access to her life for us to care about her opinions. She hasn't given us
even know what kind of opinion she has. She can get on there talking nonsense.
Right. We don't care. We love you, J Hud, but we don't care.
I mean, I put this out a couple of times, Fox Network. I don't know who asked for Jennifer Hudson, but I can see this being another 6-month flop.
Right. Child, please.
Okay, let's move on into our next segment. We're going to have a little bit of real talk. And by real talk, this is a celebrity's news story, but it's a little bit more serious. And I really want to just get your opinion on, because this is a very deep, serious conversation. This past week, many of you all, if you're on Twitter followers like us, we saw the news of Royce Reed. I believe her last name is Reed. She's an ex-basketball wife. She was on the very first season. We've all loved Royce. She has a son with Dwight Howard, he's still a current NBA basketball player, and he's 14 years old. Royce was charged. I don't want to say arrested because she said she wasn't arrested. She turned herself in. She was charged with child neglect. And to make the cliff notes of this story, her son has they call it misbehavior. I call it sexual, like predator, or
I was gonna say it gives me predator. It gives me predator, abuse, not misbehavior.
Right. But I guess you have to be delicate with a minor because her son is a minor.
Right.
The real quick notes of the story. Her son, sometime in the past, did something sexually neglectful or abusive to another younger person. We don't know anything about that story. I didn't dig that deep. You don't have to go that far. They have all of Royce's business in the streets if you really want to dig. And I think that's very unfortunate because her son is also a minor. But back to the points. So her son is currently in some kind of sexual rehabilitation treatment for children who have done sexual abusive things in the past. So he's in a court-ordered treatment. Along with that treatment, Royce had to sign a court document saying that her child cannot be around minors 2 years younger than him without adult supervision. So that's where Royce's name gets brought into this. Because I, for the longest time, wondered, how does the parent get in trouble for what the child did? That's how Royce's name gets put into this. So during his sexual rehabilitation treatment, the son, the 14-year-old, disclosed that in the past, he got angry with Royce's boyfriend's son. And to be clear, that's her ex-boyfriend, but it was her boyfriend at the time.
That's a good point. Okay, thank you. Okay,
At
okay.
the
I was
time,
wondering if they were still together.
yeah,
Like, ugh.
no,
Mm,
no.
okay.
He got angry with the son, and his way of getting his anger out is he made the young man, I don't know how much younger, but it's in that 2 year threshold, masturbate him, like get him off with his hands. So the rehabilitation center has to follow their legal procedures and report that to the court that he disclosed this. And because he's not allowed to be unsupervised with children 2 years or more younger than him, Royce got charges of child neglect put on her. So that's the situation as a whole. I feel this topic is very, very personal to me because I've been through that as a child and I had that situation hit my doorstep. And the way the court system followed up with their procedures, I'm 100% agree that Royce has to be charged because you know your son, and no mother raises their children to be a
Oh
sexual
no,
abuser.
dear
No
God.
mother does that.
Right.
And I'm
Hmm.
not saying that she has, I'm not saying the father has. In my heart, I feel like their son had to have been molested at some point in his life for him to be repeating this behavior. But
Right.
as a mother, when it's brought to your knowledge that your child has this behavior, I don't care who you're in love with and what child they have. At no points in time would I ever allow a minor to be in my house. In my house. Nonetheless, spending the night and they in the bedroom at night together arguing and doing whatever. So I agree with the court system. I pray for Royce because I know as a parent that has to be hard because how do you pick up
Right.
on? I mean, she's doing the right thing by even having him in treatment, but you can't put your love life at risk of another child.
When I first heard this story, I was like, because I have two boys and I got two extremely cute, handsome boys. So when I saw this story, I just saw red. I'm like, I'm fucking the little boy up, then I'm fucking Royce up, and I'm fucking everybody. Like, I was so mad. But then when I took a second to breathe, parenting takes action. You have to be an active parent. Raising children, you can't raise children on cruise control. Like, all right, just let it happen. I'm good. They know the right things to do. Like, I can sit back, I'm cool. He's 14, 15. I don't have to watch over him. This situation with Royce demonstrated she wasn't actively parenting her son. Because if she was actively parenting her son, she would make sure her son was not around younger children. She would have made sure that she's following the procedures of the court ordered mandate. She fell in love and she decided to actively stop parenting this boy, which resulted in something so dark.
I
This one was
agree.
heavy.
I still have a lot of questions for the boyfriend because they were living
Did he
together. That's
know
what the
that
art.
this child suffered from this illness?
That's my
Like,
question. Because if they were living together at some point in time, when the child got caught the first time, and I believe the article said the first time was with a female, not another male, but a female. Did the father think, okay, well, my son is okay because he only did that? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how, as a father, my girlfriend's son has to go into this kind of treatment. Would I allow my younger child to spend the night with me over the house? I just have those questions, and I don't want to blame parents because I don't know all the facts, but it's just a question. Like, it ain't that much damn love in the world to me.
And this goes into another layer of it. And I don't mean to offend anyone, but I'm telling you my truth. Tim, grab me a beer in the freezer. I have been separated with my child's father for over 10 years now. It's been a while. So I'm a single mom raising two boys. That dating shit, I don't do it. And again, no disrespect if you're a single parent and you're dating. That's your choice. But I am blissfully single being, and that's what I do. I don't date. However, if I did date, I would keep both worlds completely separate. I'm dating this guy over here, but for the guy to move in with me and we're just dating, blending families and we're just dating, his kids spending a night at my house or my kids spending a night at his house, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's something that I live by because you don't understand the kind of dangers that come in with something like that. And Royce's situation is a perfect example how when you start blending families like this and you're not married and they're not steps, you're just dating and everyone's moving in together. The kids are hanging out together. You know, you're going to the grocery store. You went to the Bahamas with your boyfriend. The kids are at home alone together. These are the dangers that exist. Again, I'm not telling you, if you're a single parent, you shouldn't date like me. That's something I do. It comes from my ultra conservative Haitian background. I just don't date. And if I do, I'm keeping the two worlds apart. I'm not. What are your kids doing in my house? Why are they spending time in my house? For what? For what? For what?
I can understand that. And for the longest time when I was living in Atlanta, I was a lot younger. I met a guy who said the same thing. He was recently divorced and he had custody of his two children. And we were dating, we would go out, and he told me from the very first date, I'm not getting remarried. I'm not bringing you around my children. I'm not introducing you to my children. He said, I'm not interested in a serious relationship until my children graduate high school. He said, and mind you, at the time, his children were like middle school age. They weren't close to graduating. And I, for, younger Angie didn't understand that because as a single mom, I did date, I wasn't as conservative. But as I got older, I always remembered him. And I always was like, that's why he did that. And I was like, that's why, because you can't put anything before your children when you are a parent. They have to come first. They have to come first. So I completely understand you saying that now, older, because a man said that to me and I just was like, he acting funny.
Him, please.
Yeah. So I have no advice, but I agree with everything that institution did, reporting him and reporting the parent. They have to protect that younger child first.
Right. Royce is liable. She's liable. She's liable. She's in again, parenting is not easy. So she's in a very tough situation. And I can say for myself, I have two boys. My oldest, all right, he's on cruise control. Like my oldest always does what he has to do. My youngest, I have to actively parent my youngest because he's always getting into something. He's always getting into something. So I can't imagine having Royce's situation where it's like, girl, you can't sleep. You can't sleep. You have to be in there. You have to be on top of. Why would you leave them unsupervised?
I don't know why you would have them over there, but
no,
a lot more.
I'm sorry. No disrespect to the little boy. I wouldn't leave the boy. I wouldn't leave the little boy with a dog, a cat, anything with sexual organs is not being left unsupervised around the little boy. No shade, but this is not. Look at this situation. She must be extremely embarrassed. I would be mortified. I'd be mortified.
I would be too. It's a really hard story. The one thing I did question about this, because if you go online, they have released her son's name, but I feel like people kind of already knew his name.
They released her son's name?
They haven't released the victim's name, but they have released her son's name, and he's a minor. They have released the police report. They have released all the police notes. They've released the notes from the counseling session. I don't know who in Florida, because I believe she lives in Florida still. I don't know. But wherever she lives, somebody there hates her and is releasing all of the official documents.
Yes.
That
Yes.
stuff should not be in the blogs
That's not fair. That's not fair. The child is ill. The child is ill. That's not fair.
because that's
Let's
still a
drag Royce.
minor.
Let's drag Royce and drag Royce's parenting, but that's still a minor because I can't. Oh my god!
Yes,
Imagine like
it's
my kids
horrible.
being caught up in this mess and like having my son's name all out there like that. But I got a
Because
good
he is
baby.
still
I
a
got a good boy.
minor. Yes, but let's move on from that heavy talk. That was a good segment. I'm happy we had a
Yeah, that
little
was a
bit of
good
real
segue, but that
talk.
was heavy.
And I want to shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all saying hi, and we were in conversation, so I didn't want to do shout outs mid conversation. But hey, Davion, Duda, Eric,
Let's
Charles,
do the roll call.
I see you all in the chat. I saw Evita up there too. So hey, everyone says hey to me and you. So I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you all. We were just mid
And
conversation.
thank you for
But
joining us.
yes, but now hold on. We aren't done. We aren't done. We're gonna move into some reality TV tea, news, talk, opinions. A lot of stuff is coming back. Let's just jump right now. I was so disappointed in Ready to Love because it's not a holiday weekend or anything. Why didn't they have a new
Right. That was
episode
so
this
random
week?
that they didn't have an episode.
Right. And so the main thing on everyone's mind is what did Eric do to Dakia? That's what I want
Nephew
to ask
Tommy?
you.
Nephew Tommy, don't you dare leave on a cliffhanger like that.
Right.
Hell, don't do
A
me like that.
2 week
Don't do me like
cliffhanger
that.
at that.
And then not
2 week
have a new episode the
cliffhanger.
next week.
But Beans, what do you think Eric did to Dakia? Because she does not want anything to do with him again.
What I'm confused is that she goes, there was an incident with Eric.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that she's communicating it, her demeanor is mad laid back. You know, last season when it was a situation between what was the girl's name? That situation where it kind of got physical, or he would try to pick her up, or whatever. When she was talking to Tommy, she had Shiloh. When Shiloh was talking to Tommy, she had no makeup on. You can see she was visibly crying. She was upset. She was shaking up. So you understood whatever happened was deep. I don't know if this is this deep. The way that there was an incident that happened with Eric. Why are you being so jovial about it? I'm not
In
sure
the
if it's a serious or she's
preview,
trying to make it seem.
Eric
That's what I'm
made it
saying.
seem like I just hurt her feelings. So I don't know if he said something to her to hurt her. Did he reveal he has stronger feelings for Carmen? It seemed if
Wow.
it's just a little bit of my feelings got hurt, then the dramatics seem very petty
Yeah,
on Dakia's
yeah.
side, but Dakia doesn't give me petty. So I'm wondering if Eric is making light of what really happened. But I don't think it's anywhere as deep as he picked her up and put
Shiloh
her somewhere.
right. I don't think it's
But
I don't think it's
I'm with you, nephew Tommy. Don't give us no drama and then keep the
that.
show off for
Don't
2
do that.
weeks. Any other
Lucky I
high
like the
points
prank so
of
much.
Ready to Love you want to mention? Because to me, this season is very dry. I don't see any love connections.
I don't see any love connections. And for me, and I hate to say this because Ready to Love is probably one of the first shows that I started reviewing, but it's like the same formula and it's kind of lackluster now. And the fact that we have season after season, we don't have one real solid couple. It kind of seems gimmicky, like a game. I'm kind of getting bored with it, and I hate saying that, but I am getting bored with the show.
It is because I actually do root for people to try to find love on this show. And right now, it's just, can we make it to the final 3 at the end? I feel like just put a cash prize at the end so they really can have something to fight for, if that's what we're doing.
I just want to see real connections, and I haven't seen real connections in all the seasons that it's been on. Who's still together that's on the show now?
Nobody. Maybe is Reva and Mario still together? Maybe,
but they're not the best couple.
Right. That's not the best example.
That is not the best. I can't stand them happen.
I wanted to mention Ready to Love because that is one of my favorite shows to review, but it ain't come on this week, so we don't really have anything to talk about. Let's get into the news between Real Housewives of Potomac. Up first, let's talk about the contracts. This is everyone who held, what do they hold in Potomac? Wine glasses? I think
flutes, champagne flutes.
Okay, they're
champagne flutes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everyone got a flute. So if you were a
Oh,
housewife
so
last
Candace
year,
wasn't fired. Where did this rumor about Candace being fired come from?
you know
Always
how
talking some
people
shit.
like to troll the internet, for
Right.
attention. That's gonna get into something at the end of the episode. But everyone got offered a contract. Do you think everyone will accept? It seems like Candace is the only one holding out for more money.
I think they'll accept. It's a bag. Like I know Robin will certainly accept, honey, because something tells me she needs a paycheck or two. But yeah, I think everyone will
If
accept, and I think all the girls gave something last season, so I'm in agreement with everybody coming back. Because when I heard like Candace was fired, like why would Candace be fired? I'm not the biggest Candace fan, but baby girl brings it. That mouth, she brings it. She's entertaining to watch. She's beautiful. Now she has the singing career. So
mhm.
I get everyone coming back. Wendy, a lot of the Giselle and Robin fans did not like Wendy, but based off the read that Wendy gave Giselle's ass last season, she most certainly deserved a flute. Giselle has been looking for that read since the whole show started. When I tell you, Wendy shoot up her ass and spit it out, Wendy deserves it.
I
The only
need
person who's
Wendy
questionable
to
is
come back.
Robin. Yes,
Robin
yes,
is coming back. If Robin is offered anything, she's coming back. She has a
she's
house to
coming
pay
back.
for.
I don't think she should have
Nobody
been
is
offered a
buying them
contract.
satin ass hats. So save that.
I think she should be offered a contract. Like Robin gives me nothing. And then last season, Robin just seemed like she was checked out. And I'm like, and I should really like Robin more as a single mom who's had to struggle with her kids. But Robin's allegiance to Giselle makes her so unrecognizable and unlikable. And I want a season where Giselle has to fend for her fucking self and doesn't have
I do
sidekick
too.
Bob right
I do
next to her.
too.
Like, how can you handle yourself without, your henchmen, you know?
It has to be in Giselle's contract that Robin has to get a contract for her to come back.
Yeah.
Both of those green-eyed whores could leave. I don't care for either one of them. Either one of
I
them.
do not like them.
Did you
Mm-mm.
hear the foolishness they were talking on their podcast this past week about James Harden and his beard?
First of all, what I'm going to say is I love a beard. I love a strong, ooh, I love to rub my hands in that beard. So just based off the fact of that, I was offended. That's number one. Number two, the problem that I have with fans, you can like someone, but you can also recognize that they're flawed and they're problematic.
Mm-hmm.
My situation with this whole thing is hearing Giselle and Robin fans saying, oh, what they said, it was ignorant, but it wasn't racist. Bitch, yes, the fuck it was.
It was
What about the
racist.
chicken? What about the watermelon?
Watermelon.
Black and Miles and his beard? Are you fucking kidding me? If they were describing a white man's beard, would they use that kind of imagery? Robin
No,
even said the shit was racist, and they still kept on with it.
kept going. Which shows you how
If you like
ditzy
him, you can
Robin
say that shit
is.
is fucking problematic.
It's problematic. They use all the racist words. Were they being racist towards him? No, but they use all the racist buzzwords to describe him, which was very ignorant and disgusting. And it seems like something that they they probably do on a regular. Like
Right.
they
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm
they
sure.
definitely give me I'm light, so I'm
Right.
privileged and I
Yeah.
can do and say what I want because I'm exotic and all the black boys like me. But where your man,
I
Giselle?
was gonna say, as quiet as it's kept, let me tell you, you know what I feel Giselle's issue was with Monique Samuels? Here is this brown girl who has everything on earth that you should have as a light-skinned black woman with green eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That was
That you
Giselle's
feel you
issue.
should have, that you feel
You
that you should
feel like you
have.
feel like you
How
deserve it.
dare Monique have a husband, 4 homes, not need this little check, and I do. I need this little check bad to Lego together
Miss
my
Monique
house.
Samuels emptied that clip, and I said, "Oh yes, this is giving me the best that I've got."
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to have fan favorites. I don't know who would be a fan favorite of Giselle and Robbins because nothing these women have been endearing. They're not likable at all. But you can say that shit was fucked up. That shit was fucked up. It
It
was
was fucked
fucked up.
up.
Black and mild with a beard? Bitch, are you crazy? And
I didn't hear Black
FYI,
and Miles. They said weed and
was it blunts, Black and mild? It was something.
blunts and Coke 45s. Coke 45. I ain't even heard of a Coke 45 in so long. But that's what they said. Coke 45, blunts,
Not Coke
watermelon
45,
and
bro. Not more
chicken.
liquor in the beard. Are you kidding
Mm-hmm.
me? Using stereotypical. Oh my God. She describes her. And you know what's so crazy? What's Giselle's ex-husband? The pastor.
James, or is it James?
Jamal
I don't
Bryant.
like him. Yeah,
Jamal
Jamal.
Bryant, let me tell you, Jamal Bryant has 3 whiskers on his face. However, Jamal Bryant has dogged Miss Giselle from the East Coast to the West Coast, planting down babies in every state. He got hoes in every area code.
Mm-hmm.
However, he has no hair on the face. Bitch, get you a man with a nice, healthy beard. It shows fucking character.
Now, that's one
Just
place where
saying.
we not like this, because I also don't care for the long beards. I don't mind a little scruffle on the face.
But it has to be neat. It has to be neat. Yeah.
Yes.
I love hair in the face, honey. What? Let me cornrow
Yes.
it.
But
Let me cornrow it.
I need, because they just started filming. I need for Wendy
Oh, Potomac just started filming?
It just started filming.
Oh,
Wendy
okay.
needs to roast them, especially since they love to bring stuff from the blogs. This is what you ladies said.
Let me tell you.
Roast.
What Wendy tweeted something. Wendy said, "What was that?" or something like that. I said, "Wendy's a CNN correspondent. I'll need you to get in Giselle."
She's gonna get them together, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. But
remember last season when they had the reasonably shady party, and Giselle
Mhm.
called. Giselle called.
I already know where you're going. Her jealous, and she was like, "Of this?
Of what? Of this?
I'm
Wendy,
jealous of this.
Bring it, girl. Wendy, of this with the gill of this.
This. I love what she did.
Wendy,
there.
we love you, sis. Come back and bring it, girl.
Yes. Okay. This isn't last, but cool, child. You talk about the drama is getting ready to start next weekend. Real Housewives of Potomac starts next weekend. They have been dropping all kind of foolishness on social media since that last reunion aired. I don't know where to begin with these people. Like, the Scott brothers are into it. Tisha mad because we don't recognize her enough on social media.
Recognize her enough. We can't get rid of her. Girl, bye.
Well, she's mad that we don't talk about her accomplishments. Like, we just talk about the brokenness of her marriage, and we don't praise her enough for what she does.
Like, she's a great mom. That's a great accomplishment. I mean, that's what the TVs are telling me. That's what the TVs is telling me.
I ain't gonna judge nobody motherhood. Now, let me not be that shady, but I don't. Of reality TV, I hate Giselle. Like, Giselle is number one of my hatred. Right. Number two is Marceau.
Oh, Marceau.
I hate Marceau more than I hate Martell. Martell is a close third, but I hate Marceau.
You hate Marceau more than Martell?
Marceau reminds me of everything I hate about men in Alabama. I didn't grow up, but I went to college in Alabama. So I've dated plenty of men that live in that state. My son's father is from Alabama. He's not as bad as Marceau, but I see those characteristics in him.
Yeah, those personality traits.
Alabama is very backwards in the way that Tisha allows her husband to keep her in the barefoot and pregnant phase. Shut up and be seen. You don't need to be a part of the business. I don't even want to babysit my own kid. Like, everything about Marceau is so
kids are allergic to fucking peanut butter. You could have killed that child.
His thinking is so backwards for me. I can't wrap my brain around him as a man. It's just like he irks everything he speaks. Like, people are like, oh, Marceau is so funny. Nothing he says is funny to me.
I agree.
I don't like the way he talks to his wife, and I don't like the way Tisha allows him to talk to him.
Right. I agree.
Very self-righteous, very keep a woman in her place. And I'm just not that type of woman to be in any kind of place but where I want to be.
Right. Ooh, all right, cheeks.
So it Marcel irks me. So Tisha being married to him irks me because the whole time he uplifts his son, like, oh, I'm leaving a legacy for my son. But what about your two daughters? Do you want a man to
That's a
treat
good
your two
point.
daughters the way you treat your wife? Because to me, that's sad. To me, that's not good parenting. But I don't want to judge other people's parenting because some people are okay living that kind of lifestyle. And to each their own, but that lifestyle irks me. It just
Right.
irks me.
Right.
So I'm
I,
most
I
curious
I
about what happened to the Scott brothers.
I see what you're saying about Marcel and the personality traits that I don't really like too much about Marcel, but Marcel is still on top of my hate list. That's number one.
A very
Number
close
two,
third.
like we see all these rumors, these tweets. Marcel has a side child. Another mistress came and spoke out. I'm the type of person. I'm a where there's smoke, there's fire type of girl. So if you got 10 stories alleging the same thing, 10 women, all right, maybe 10, maybe all of them are true, but there's going to be truth in one or two stories. And the way that you describe Letitia, like the stay home, barefoot, pregnant type of girl, he puts her in that position so that he can have the freedom to do him with other women.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that Marceau is faithful to Letitia Scott because of the nature of who she is. A woman who's
Mm-hmm.
content to stay at home, barefoot, pregnant, raising her kids, putting your dreams aside
And
for
where is she
him.
gonna go? Where's she gonna go? Let me say this. I lost my point really quickly. It'll come back to me. But I want. Oh, this is my point. After everything I see from that Atlanta picture and the way Maurice lied on stage about even knowing Ariane Curry and just the Marcel looks like a cheater. I ain't got it.
Oh
Episode
yeah,
one, season
he
one. I
gives
saw it.
cheater. He's giving cheater. He's giving
All
cheater.
of them. I don't care if they've only cheated that one time. When those men went to Atlanta and Ariane was there,
That was a
every
mistress trip.
other side piece was there as well.
That was a mistress trip. That's how like
Very
these guys
much.
do it. That was a mistress trip. Stop playing with my face.
So I want to know how Kimmy, I don't want Kimmy to make a fool of herself over that picture because common sense tells me it was a linebacker there. I don't care what position she played on the football field, linebacker, wide receiver, tight end,
QB.
safety, quarterback. It was a woman
I'm
there,
silly.
Kimmy. It was
But
a
Kimmy is
woman
smart.
there.
This is going to be very interesting because Kimmy is a great communicator. Kimmy is extremely intelligent. So I have a feeling like even looking at Kimmy's energy during the last reunion and she was eating her food and she said to Maurice, she said, um, it really hurt my feelings that if you know if you saw the mistress, like you wouldn't leave. Like because Kimmy is a moral woman. Like I'm not gonna sit there like ha ha and a kiki with your fucking mistress. I don't do that. So the fact that Maurice didn't return that energy, she sees a flaw in
He
character.
never does. Remember when
There's
they
a
had
flaw
the
in
panel
character there that
show?
Kimmy picks up on.
It, I've been seeing the flaws in Maurice. They
Oh
had
yeah.
that panel show where all the women were like, cheating is a deal breaker, da da da. And all the men were like, well, cheating isn't a deal breaker. I'd be willing to work out, some cheating. I'm like, because you all are cheating. Of course you want to work it out. You're doing it.
Right. Right.
I need to see how Kimmy addresses this because I'm not saying leave your husband for some stuff that happened 7 years ago in the ATL
Right.
before you were married. I can see
Mm-hmm.
getting over it, but I need for him to be truthful and I need to hear something that makes common sense. Like,
Right.
I'm not going to tear down my marriage for what you did 7 years ago as
Right.
long as you're
You
not
have a
doing
right to
it
fight for your
today.
marriage. Right. A wife has
But
the right to fight for her
don't
marriage,
play in my face like it wasn't no linebacker in the ATL.
Girl, tight end, quarterback, wide receiver.
Because why
Don't play
did
with
you
me.
lie? if Maurice would have just been honest on that stage, yeah, we ran into Ariana ATL, but and it wasn't nothing. If
It
he
would
would
have
have
been
told the
cool.
truth, it would have been cool. But the fact that he lied tells me
Shows
he
that
has
he
a
has
lot more
something
to lie
hide.
about.
Yeah, right. He has something to hide because he lied. This is going to be a really interesting season. Ooh, I can't
What do you
wait.
think is going on with Destiny and Martell, and why Melanie is so mad at Destiny for not cutting the friendship off?
Listen, cheeks. Like the way that they cut up like the preview, it kind of seems like, and I'm hoping that's the way they cut it because first season I didn't like Destiny. Second season, going to divorce, I loved her. Like she was so common sense. Like she was put in a really hard spot between Mel, and Martell.
Martell.
And the way that she parlayed it, like I grew a healthy respect for her. But the way that they're cutting up this trailer is like she has some kind of attraction to Martell, which is
That's
that's disgusting. What like what's there's nothing attractive about Martell. Carlos King, I guess Carlos King put up a picture of Martell on a calendar or some shit. And I commented, yuck. There's nothing attractive.
and some people find him
Ex-husband,
attractive.
don't do me.
I don't. It's knowing his character and who he is. It's nothing attract. Like I don't want to be around that energy. Like very narcissistic. But I don't think Destiny is attracted to Martell. That would be a hard left. I think they're playing with us. You know how they like to play with us with the edit.
Right.
But I think the issue that Melody may be having with Destiny that I find issue with is that if Martell calls, she entertains his conversation. But I feel like they were friends before you.
Mel can't do that. I love me some Mel, but Mel can't do that. It's a 20-year friendship. Like Mel can't do that. Mel can't do that. I have a male friends, two guys, Rudy, Fundu. Shout out to you guys. We've been friends for 20 something years. Like if I happen to become friends with their wife and they get divorced, I'm not cutting my friends off. Like those are my mans. Like
Mm-hmm.
actually 30-year friendship. Those are my mans. I'm not Mel can't ask her to cut Martell off. It's not fair. And I love me
Especially
some
if you're
Mel.
not even talking to people after the show wrap. Like you expect for me to cut my friend off and you're not even gonna be here to be friends. You're gonna act like you don't know me once they say cut. No. Too much.
At first, I was like, I love me some Mel. So I'm like, I understand Mel wanting to take a break, but I'm like, the fact that you didn't talk to this girl means that she wasn't really a friend, or you didn't find her to be a safe space. Because if she was a
Mm-hmm.
friend, whether or not you're filming, I'm fucking with Destiny. I'm calling her. The fact that Mel didn't call Destiny back or text her, like Destiny was trying to reach out, I'm like, Mel, I like you, but that was a little bit fake, girl. That was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit fake. Are you friends with her or not? Like, what's going on?
It's it's I can't wait till next week. I thought it was actually gonna start yesterday, but they did another little reunion behind the scenes. And apparently they say, I didn't watch it yet, but they say the reason why we never got to the Jalen storyline and more
Mm-hmm.
of, I guess, the Lewis's storyline is because,
Right.
or they're the Whitlows, because Marceau and Tisha was late to the reunion. So they couldn't get as much information out,
Mm-hmm.
ask as many questions.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be
I
a
don't
good
know how
season.
she
The
was
season
late
was
looking a hot ass mess, but
girl. Let's not get into the fashions, honey. Let's not get into the looks. All right. But there was so much going on with the internet and things going on with Love and Marriage. They started filming earlier to capture all of the drama. It's gonna be
they had to capture that picture. They had to capture that and not give them time to get their story together.
right, right,
Yeah.
right, right. We want reality. But
I can't wait. I can't wait. But we will look forward to that to next Saturday. We'll definitely hit on episode one next week for the
yes,
show.
yes.
Last and definitely not least, Candy and the Gang premiered last week. Just what do you think about that show?
Okay. I think it's entertaining. What I took away from that show is that Candy is a very intelligent businesswoman. Like, look at her. So it was surprising to see how ghettofied she ran this whole. She was that shit is ghetto. Like, I'm very surprised. Like, I'm like, Candy, this shit is a hot ass mess. Mind you, I've eaten at Old Lady Gang. I ate there a couple of years ago. was a great dining experience. We went to the bar, we ate, the food was good or whatever. I guess things went downhill from there. But I'm like, for Canada to sit up in on Beyonce's TV talking about, well, these people aren't the best workers, but it's a loyalty thing. And I'm like, are you trying to run a business or make friends?
That's all reality TV.
Yes.
That's all reality TV. I know those people aren't sitting there working for real, for real. You cannot have a hostess with an attitude like that for real, for real.
Like, the last thing you want is going to a restaurant and you feel like you're not welcomed, or your business is not. You get the fuck out of my face air. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, no. Like, why is she still employed there? Loyalty? Bitch, loyalty does not pay these bills. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I don't know on what Saturday they talking about, but maybe when the restaurant first opened. But is the line really wrapped around the block every Saturday?
Please tell me. Please tell me.
I don't know. It can't be because they have multiple locations.
Right.
I haven't heard anyone say the food is nasty, but I have heard that. I've heard that the food is good, but I have heard the service is bad. So maybe when people really do work up in there.
Right. My thing is, you're in hot ass Atlanta. The wiring needs work. Power goes out. Why the fuck wouldn't Todd want to get a generator? Are you kidding me? Like,
I guarantee you they have a generator. Because let me tell you one thing. One thing Candy don't play about was her money. And she is not about to let people get up and walk out on their check every other day because they live in a neighborhood where the power is known to go out. That was a scene for reality TV. It was a scene. One thing Candy knows how to do and that Todd knows how to do is make good TV. I'm going to rock with the show right now. Episode 1 kind of irked me because
it was annoying.
It was annoying.
I'm like, Candy, you're much smarter than this. What's going on, baby girl? Like,
the only reason I watch this show is for those aunties and Mama Joyce. Because I'm telling you, in 20 years, I want to be Aunt Bertha. I want to be rolling my eyes at the kids and telling them about themselves. And I don't feel like being up in here. I want to be Aunt Bertha.
Right. I
love those aunties. They crack me up. Now I ain't gonna
she
fight.
found gold in them. She found gold. Old lady gang, that's gold. That's TV gold right there. Oh my gosh.
All you gotta do is put them aunties on TV and we watching and we laughing.
And when we watching, we rocking with you, Candy. We rocking with you.
Yes, but we kind of did good with time. We're at 107.
We did. Yes.
So we did good.
We did.
This was a nice flow. This is gonna be a weekly every Sunday night. Beans and Cheeks, kitchen table talk. That's a tongue twister. I'm just gonna call it kitchen table talk.
Kitchen, yeah, you're right. Kitchen table talk.
Kitchen table talk will be here every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna end the show every week with the word of the week. Word. I saw this today and it made so much sense. Carlos King posted this. He says, when you make moves out of anger and jealousy, don't expect God to bless your mess. But look at the caption. That's what made the most sense to me. God blesses your intention, not your attention. So calm down. All this foolishness y'all doing on social media for attention, calm down. It's the intention that counts. We don't care about you wanting attention. So that's my word of the week. I thought of that. Every week we'll come up with new ones that we see out there on social media. So
I love that.
You all don't be messy. I guess that's the point. Don't be messy this week. Let's just enjoy the mess, but don't be messy.
I love
Any
it.
last shout outs, Beans? Any last shout outs?
Yes, I do. Please visit my blog. It's blissfullysinglebean.com. I just put up a blog post about knowing your worth. So just read it, get some eyeballs on it, and hopefully it'll be an encouraging word to someone. Please follow Cheeks. Follow me, at Beans for Easy, Instagram, Twitter, my platforms, because we're trying to eat too. Like, we're trying to parlay this thing too. So help us out.
We're trying to make this a really big talk show for Sunday night. Something for you to watch every Sunday. We want to grow this thing. So definitely follow Blissfully Single Beans on YouTube, because the show will not always be on my channel. We're going to alternate weeks. It's going to be every week. But every week it might be on her channel, it might be on my channel. So you have to follow both of us so you can watch it live and get in the chat. Like, we had a really good time in the chat this week, and so we want to see you all back next week. Outside of that, like the video. If you watch this on repeat, get in the comments. We look at the comments and have a good time in the comments afterwards as well.
Right. Thank you so much. But please like, so we can get to the algorithms and people can like mess with us, like fuck with us. So.
Right, can see us,
because
we want to grow this. Eventually we're going to have more people. Well, not a lot of people, but we'll have guests to come on and have a good time with us. So every Sunday night, 6 p.m, kitchen table talk. Have a good time. So we'll see you next Sunday.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Thank you guys for joining, hanging out. Bye, guys.